Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to allow you to join us in the festivities, which we call the Prime Podcast. I am your host, Coast. That is your other host, Fat. Say what the fuck is up?
Peace. What's going
you
on,
with
man?
those obnoxious pieces, man. Oh my God.
Gotta wake
you get so loud.
I gotta wake you up, man. I gotta make sure that you here live and present with me. You know what I'm saying?
I am woke, son. What about me?
You sounded a little sleepy. You know what I mean? You sounded a little sleepy. I had to make sure. You know what I mean?
I had a long ass fucking day, so I have every right to be sleepy.
It's a man, a grown, 38-year-old man that is done in by a 2-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 29, first of all. Second of all, my wife is home on Tuesday, so I didn't even have to worry about the 2-year-old so much. I went to Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I went to Rollin' Roaster. You know a Rollin' Roaster?
No, what's that?
Tell
the people.
You're not a fat guy.
Tell the people.
Yeah. Rollin' Roasters on Emmons Avenue in Brooklyn, sort of by Coney Island, about 10 minutes.
You talking about in Sheepshead?
Is that Sheepshead Bay?
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, maybe
Emmons Avenue, where all of the boats go out.
Yes, right there.
Okay,
right there.
Right.
So they got some good foods over there. I got a couple of roast beef and cheese. They're famous for their roast beef sandwiches and the turkey sandwiches, and they got French fries and onion rings and all kinds of fucking delicious foods.
How did you find out about this place?
My fat radar went off about 30 years ago and it led me there.
You're not a Brooklynite, you know?
It's like 25 minutes from my house, guy. It's not far.
It's not what I'm saying. You would more likely know something like a very good spot to eat in the Bronx as opposed to Brooklyn.
Let me tell you about the Guinea migration to Long Island.
Yes, tell me.
Every single one of them came from Brooklyn or the Bronx.
Okay.
And Harlem and uptown, baby. And then they came to Long Island and they told their stories of delicious food, and they let us know that there was places outside of this countryside that we all settled upon in Long Island after we moved out of fucking the city.
Right.
Yeah, we got to go back by a fucking Rollin' Roast over there in fucking Emmons Avenue. That's good over there, you know? And they're like, all right, let's go over there. Fuck it, right? We'll go to Coney Island. And then, that's what they do.
Right.
So I don't know who told me about it. I mean, we started taking fucking road trips there, like fucking as soon as I could drive a car and shit.
Right.
That and Spumoni Gardens. You know Spumoni Gardens?
I know, but that's 86th Street. That's beautiful right there. Yeah.
It's a fucking pizza place, guy.
Yeah, I know. That's 80. It's on 86th Street.
Oh,
Come on,
you're breaking up. I thought you thought I said it was like a garden.
No. It's on 86th Street. In fact, Transit has a facility over there not too far from Spumoni Gardens.
Yes, I think one of the first times I took the mechanic test, didn't I run into you there?
Yes,
at that place
school,
over there to take the test?
Right, at the school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's like a couple blocks from there.
Yep.
Word.
I know.
So, yeah.
But the funny part is, when you go to Spumoni Gardens, do you even have Spumoni, or you just go for the pizza?
Who the fuck you think you're dealing with here? Johnny Bananas? Of course I have Spumoni. I mean, I'll eat a pie. Sometimes it depends. We used to go there. It was like a tradition to go there every, for my mother and sister's birthdays, a few days apart in the summer. And we would go there because they would both like it to go to Spumoni Gardens, and we'd have pizza and Spumoni. And then they both turned vegan. So,
oh man,
we don't go there. And my mother moved away. Right. But we hadn't gone there in years for that. But I still, whenever I'm doing business in Brooklyn, I'll pass through. Today it was a toss-up, but we just had pizza. Even though it's not that pizza, Danielle kind of wanted to go there, but I was like, fuck it, let's go to Rollin' Roaster.
Yeah, but their pizza is off the hook. They got like
It's really good.
because you see, even though New York style, this is the funny thing in New York City and the surrounding areas. I have. Can you tell me how it is that Papa John's, Little Caesars, and Domino's even have a market in New York?
Well, could you tell me how people smoke crack when there's cocaine?
Well, I've never experienced either one, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you. But I've
You know,
experienced different types of pizza.
I'm saying, you know how like white people used to freebase and it was like it was uppity, kind of like, I
Listen,
can't smoke
I'm
crack.
I'm not certifying your analogy is being lost on me. You should try something else.
Well, I know that in the 80s, white people used to think that they were all uppity because they used to freebase coke, and then they would look down upon like the black people and the underprivileged communities for smoking crack.
Right,
That's how people feel about pizza and Papa John's.
right,
It's like you have an option.
right.
It's like it's still not the best for you. You can call it whatever you want. One is delicious, and one is, you know, okay.
I find that out of the three, when you get Domino's, their pizza tastes the most like the box. Like
Like,
has that cardboardy taste. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen, I'll smash a fucking shit body pizza. Don't get me fucked up. But because sometimes you have to call Domino's at 2 o'clock in the morning because fucking La Rosa's Pizza is a closed. Remember the place we went by my house?
Right, yeah.
Oh, but they close at like 10. So, sometimes you're up and you're drunk and you're starving and well, you might not even be drunk. You might just be suffering from being fat and you're hungry and you don't have any food. And you gotta eat it.
Or you could expertly make a grilled cheese sandwich, like certain people we know.
You could. And I'll tell you the other shit, how these fucking places thrive. Like when I lived in Hempstead,
Yeah.
hold on, we'll get back to the grilled cheese. When I lived in Hempstead, the only sort of good pizza place
Hmm.
was Campus Pizza. And it couldn't hold a fucking torch to Spumoni Gardens or even La Rosa.
Right.
Like it couldn't even fuck with it a little bit. So the competition was Papa John's and Domino's. Like it depends where you're at. Like you don't always have options. You know what I mean? I happen to live in a neighborhood that's full of fucking ginzos, so
Hmm.
they ain't gonna just eat that shit. That's what happens. You need to have the good pizza.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, in the birthplace of thin crust pizza, I just don't understand how these three major corporations even have a shot at,
Well,
that's just like on the West Coast where you have like authentic Mexican establishments. How is it that there's a market for Taco Bell? I just really don't understand that.
there's a certain element of fucking fat person that loves their Taco Bell, and also that applies to pizza. A certain element of fat people like Domino's.
Right.
It's like it is shittier and more like you feel like a bigger fat fuck when you eat Domino's than if you were to body a pizza from the real pizza store and then eat a Domino's pizza, like you'll feel better about yourself, just like the white people felt better freebasing. That's why I made the comparison.
Listen,
Just like you
it's
feel
just like
better.
it's just like when you go to a place like the sandwich place you went to, or a place like Roast over here on 110, right? Where
Yeah,
where they're like carving like real turkey, like a real turkey breast. And but you will pass that up to go to a bodega and get boar's head turkey paste glue cold cuts. You know what I mean? It's like it's a
yeah.
difference, man. It's a difference. It's like the real thing versus something that's crafted to look like the real thing, you know?
And also, you live near fucking Arthur Avenue, so you're spoiled rotten. Like
Oh, most definitely. And
you
that's the
know,
thing. It's like listen, when you have a street, right? Where you get fresh bread, you get crafted cheese and the best of the best of the best as far as cold cuts and butcher shop and things like that. When you have all of that right there, it's like you develop a thing that's like, listen, I have to have things this certain way, you know?
That's what I mean. You knew. You know what I'm saying? Some
Right,
people don't know what the fuck they're missing.
right.
You know what I mean? It's never been,
Yeah, but there's a
you know,
pizza shop on every corner in New York.
bro, I'm
Every
telling
single
you,
corner.
I'm fucking telling you, bro. The pizza in Hempstead, like by my sister's house,
Yeah.
if you lived by my sister's house, you couldn't walk to a good slice of pizza when I was younger. It
Wow.
was fucking. It was the like I said, campus was okay. Like you know how they say like all pizza is good pizza. I'm talking about like campus was a regular pizza shop.
Right.
Like it was like,
Mhm.
but it still wasn't good. It was like on the lowest rung of pizza.
Right.
It was the kind of shit where they make 15 fucking pies and put it in the glass counter. And if you want one, they warm it up. It's not like you're gonna walk in there, dude's gonna be throwing the joint on the counter and cutting the shit up in front of you that just came out the oven.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was the rare times when that shit happened. So if you don't experience that and you don't know and you just want pizza and Domino's delivers until 2 a.m., it's like, all right. So but yeah, so you were talking before about the grilled cheese master, right?
Right. Yes.
This is Sean Diabolic George's second time bragging about how he's the grilled cheese master. Yeah, I wish we could give him a round of applause for that. That's a fucking accomplishment, buddy. He's the undisputed champ of grilled cheeses.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Are you that happy for the mastery of what? 3 ingredients? You have A, butter, B, bread, C, cheese.
Right.
I
I
mean,
mean, yeah.
I w I mean, if you I think like a 12-year-old boy becomes zen-like with those 3 ingredients. You know what I'm saying?
I like a grilled cheese, you know what I mean? But
Right,
it's sort of like, it's like taking a shower, you do that, nobody pats you on the back, you're supposed to do that, you
right.
know?
Yeah.
So, big deal, you can melt cheese, Sean. We're all fucking proud. Good job, buddy. This guy.
It's like what they say. It's like pissing on yourself when you're wearing the black dress pants, you know what I mean? You get a nice warm feeling, but no one notices. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, see, this is the thing about the grilled cheese. We're all noticing the weight he's been putting on. That's the yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
that we have.
he
That
wrote
we
that
have.
on there. He wrote about how he's the undisputed champ of grilled cheese, and I said it shows.
Right,
It
right.
definitely shows, buddy.
Well,
Good
see, the
job.
first the first time that he posted about that, he was getting a lot of, people were talking and they were, this time it was like he got attacked. So if you go down the comments, he's blocking he's like blocked, blocked, blocked. you
Yeah.
know? But
O'Doyle
anyway,
rules. You ever see that Billy Madison?
no,
O'Doyle,
yes,
that's
yes.
solid. O'Doyle rules. He has to be the best at everything. He's the greatest of all time.
So
Grilled cheese maker.
let me
So yes.
let me let me let me ask you a question.
Hey,
How do you feel about the massive upticks in shootings and killings across the 5 boroughs and Long Island at that?
I love it. It's great. What kind of fucking question is
No,
this?
what I'm
How
saying
do I
is
feel?
how
It's terrible.
when you see this, what do you attribute this to? This
I don't
massive
know. I
upswing?
mean, you could say, like, there's any number of things. You could say people are just fucking, if 50 Cent said a long time ago, it's hot out in this bitch. That's a good enough reason. Like, there's
Mhm,
that. It's summertime. There's always a spike when people are out and about and chilling. And then you have the thing where everybody was locked up for fucking months in the house with this coronavirus quarantine shit. Then
mhm.
you have the thing where everybody's just pissed off about everything that's going on. Then you have the thing where it's like everybody's got fucking, no job and unemployment rates are crazy. And it's like there's any number of there's just a combination of just shit happening. I can guarantee you all of those things factor into this.
So, do you feel that uh, because the police department seems to have more of a hands-off policy, that people are taking the opportunity to be more rambunctious out here in the street, more brazen in the things that they're doing?
I don't. I mean, that's a possibility too, but you said Long Island. I think in terms of like I don't live in the city anymore. I'm not in the city every day anymore. So I don't really feel the beat on the street. You know what I'm saying? I can't catch a vibe from the police,
Right,
but I don't notice any difference like within my neighborhood. It was like you would see cops riding around, you would see, them making stops. I don't really see a difference in how they're out there.
right,
Like, so I don't know. I don't know fucking it's hard to call it if people just, are taking advantage of the fact that police are standing down because I don't really feel as though they're quite standing down in Long Island. I know there's different politics in the city with the NYPD and what's going on, but I don't really feel it like that out here.
right,
And I live right next door to probably one of the most crime-ridden towns on Long Island.
right,
So, and I get these, I have the security system on my house, and we get, like a 4 mile radius of updates,
right,
and it's not any different than it has ever been, really,
right,
in in Hempstead, with pertaining to like shootings and robberies and shit like that. This shit ain't never stopped.
right.
So I don't know.
I just, it's disheartening to know that as things are easing up and coming back into like quote unquote normalcy, that it's just like people couldn't wait to get out and start beefing again. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I seen a video of a dude walking with his daughter,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
6-year-old
yeah,
daughter, and they
yeah.
fucking blew his top off in the street. It's
Right,
like,
right,
I don't want no parts of being a gangster, bro. None of them. Like,
right,
what the fuck? Like, who wants to live that life or be proud to live that life? You just ruined that dude that is obviously dead. That's it for him. But you just ruined that little girl's life now. It's like, what do you expect?
yeah,
If you're ruining all these lives in the community, like what's gonna happen moving forward?
right,
And I don't know how anybody could defend this kind of shit.
right,
Like, what do you say about that? Like, it's terrible, bro. Like, if you look at that shit and say it's not terrible, then you're fucking terrible.
right.
You're a terrible
It
person.
it
Like,
just it's disheartening because like I said, in a time I was having this conversation uh this week. I believe I was talking with Slim about it. And I was having this conversation. I was like, in a time where there's so much change happening, not only with all of the Black Lives Matter stuff, not only with that, but just the way we live on a daily basis. This is where most of the pressure is coming from because life hit a major reset button this year. Because you remember when we brought in this year and we were podcasting, when we first brought in this year, the big thing was the loss of Kobe Bryant.
yeah.
And it was like the biggest thing in the news and the country and the world was just getting like wow, we lost such a great guy at a young age, like 41 years old is a young, that's still a young man. Um and like a couple of weeks later, it's like this COVID thing came and just ransacked everything. It ran through. It just basically paused the world and hit the reset button on the whole entire world. And now, like with all of that, with us adjusting to a brand new way of just living and like the uncertainty of the future and everything else, it ushered in this whole like uh attention to race and race relation in this country, which which is ushering a whole nother wave of change. It's just now when all of the restrictions are starting to be released and people are starting to be able to try to pick up the pieces, it's like now we're back to business as usual in the street.
I think it's a very bad publicist for everything that's going on because
Right.
I know that fucking white people that don't know no parts of the street look at that shit and they're just like, look at these fucking animals.
Right.
Like, and then it's like it really makes the fucking the cause seem like, like was it worth? You know what I mean? Like, and it's
Yeah, but
not the same people,
you're
but
right. But the thing about it is that that's basically in any situation where like they're going to try to find anything, like any reason to say anything negative. Like even if it wasn't as egregious as it is, they would find a way to say, well, look at that and look at
of
this,
course,
you know,
always, no matter what.
So but I do say it's bad because of something that you touched on. It's not about it's not about anything else other than when you take a life, it's not just that life that you're taking. You're basically setting off a chain of events that affects a lot of people in the person's family, people that the guy's friends with, people that this guy or this woman may depend on, or a child that is caught in crossfire that is taken away from his parents. It's crazy. When we think
It's
about
dude, it sends a louder message to the community that you're all disposable.
right,
Like that's the shit that needs to fucking stop. But the saddest part is, bro, like the people that commit these kinds of crimes are not the people that are fighting for, equality and justice for people, bro. This is just an element of people that in the world, white, black, whatever, like that are just shit and they'll always be. And they don't think for one fucking second that this has any lasting effect, or they don't even think in terms of now. It's just like right now. You know what
right,
I mean? Like
right.
whatever happens, happens. Fuck you, fuck everything. It's me. So, you know,
So
it,
uh this week, the you remember the soldier, the army soldier, Vanessa Guillen, that they she went
yes, I do.
she went missing
Yeah.
after she was telling her family that she was dealing with a lot of sexual harassment and everything else like that.
Yeah. No,
Well,
I do remember that.
they found her remains,
Oh boy.
and they actually found the suspect, the prime suspect you know that was alleged to have done the crime. She was bludgeoned to death with a hammer. And when they closed in, he was a soldier as well. When they closed in on him, he shot himself, committed suicide.
Yeah, that's some cowardly shit. But I mean, look what his act to begin with was cowardly. So what
Um,
did they expect?
the thing about it is, they just took into custody his girlfriend.
Oh, is this some kind of like love triangle shit?
I have no idea. I don't know what I can't. I'm not clear on the motives, but they just took into custody the girlfriend of the guy who killed her, and she's being charged.
Yeah.
She's being charged. Her name is
I don't
Cecily.
know. I lost you for a second there. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Her name is Cecily. Cecily.
Hello?
Hello. Yo. Where are you, Coast?
I'm here. I lost you for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So, hey, Zencaster, that was great work.
So anyway, Cecily Aguilar. If you could pull up a picture of her, that is the most WT uh, photo you'd ever want to see. She is accused of helping to dismember Vanessa and hide the remains.
Yeah, let me see. Oof.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, she's like the
Jesus
girlfriend of the guy.
Christ.
She's the girlfriend of the guy, and she was just taken into custody and charged in the murder. And
Oof.
you know, it's a sad situation, man. It's definitely sad, man. It's this girl was only
Did
20.
she
She was 20 years old, man.
did this bitch dye her hair to match her prison uniform or some
It
shit?
seems like it, right?
Ugh. Yeah. I can't judge, but she's disgusting. Gross. She is
So
fucking nasty.
also, uh, the first Karen has fallen to the system, Ms. Amy Cooper.
I told you that was gonna happen. I told you. It just happened so, the right all of the sun, moon, and stars lined up for that bitch,
Right.
and they came and they kicked her in her fat white ass.
And
Fuck.
you know what's funny? She has the same last name as the guy she called the cops on. His name's Christian Cooper. Her name's Amy Cooper. That is so funny to me. Uh,
It is.
they took her into custody and they charged her with filing a wrongfully filing a complaint. But she got a desk appearance ticket and she's going to be arraigned on the 14th of October.
She's gonna get out of it with some dumb fucking community service and fine. The lawyer that she has representing her, it was some high powered guy. I forget who he represented in some other shit. He's like a real high powered attorney. You could find it if you look it up.
Right.
But she'll get off and it'll be out of the media and they'll forget about it. And but if we could set a standard where like this actually becomes a thing where if you just make shit up and put people in dangerous positions, you should. I think they should fucking put her in jail or some shit for maybe a couple months and pay a bunch of fines and. Maybe people won't want to fucking do that no more. They'll think a little bit twice before they make shit up and put people in danger.
You know the funniest part about the situation is that you know if it was an argument back and forth, listen, curb your dog. She could have said, you know what, curb yourself, f you, whatever, and they could have parted ways. Listen, that's the New York way. People in New York, sometimes get very abrasive. However, when you call the authorities and you emphasize a person's race because you know that this person having an encounter with the law could possibly get them hurt. That's very malicious right there.
Dude, it wasn't only just she was emphasizing the race. She was playing this whole scenario out. Oh my god, he's a
Yeah, but
black
that's what
man.
I'm
He's gonna hurt me. Oh,
right, but
like
that's what I'm saying. That's like premeditated because it's in your
exactly.
psyche that if he comes in contact with law enforcement, with me being a upset, crying Caucasian woman, and him being a black man, this could possibly end very bad for this man.
She knew exactly what she was doing. If you watch that video, she did that shit on purpose, and
It's
that's why I said it then. She needs to be charged with a crime, bro.
right, right, right. I mean, well, they've made a statement. I don't know if justice will prevail in this situation, but they're trying to make a statement. And
They gotta hit her with something. Even like maybe fines in the thousands or maybe a
eh,
little bit of jail time,
yeah,
something.
I doubt it.
Something.
I doubt it'll be jail time. It'll probably be some fines, maybe some community service, maybe probation, something like that. But
She already lost her career and all kind of shit. Like, that's bad enough, but still.
they even took the dog from her. They ended up giving it back. She ended up getting the dog back, but
Ah,
right then and there, they had like even came like the place where she adopted the dog from. They came and confiscated the dog.
they will cancel your dog in 2020. No pepperoni for you, bitch.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so crazy, But this is something that happens across the country. This is something that people walk around with. They know they're like, oh, you're a black man. If I call the authorities on you, this will not end well for you. And it's like
Could
something
you could you imagine if it was the other way around? Could you imagine the outrage of white people?
Most
Like,
definitely. Most definitely.
like you see them two white fucking rich people that had the guns and shit. They be making all these memes about now.
Right, right.
Like
I
the old white dude with his
Yeah,
wife with
with
the
the
handgun,
yeah, she had the handgun and he had the rifle.
the rifle. Yeah, yeah. That's the kind of levels we're talking about. Like that they'll be, because the entitlement is real strong.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah, you know.
This shit is
Well,
hilarious.
speaking of entitlement, we can segue this portion of the show into a guest that wants to call in.
Oh, did we talk about all the things we want to talk about?
Yeah, we touched
All
on.
right, let's I Rocco, my cousin is he's like once he gets something in his head, we talk about it 100 times. I talked about he heard us talking on the podcast. People heard us talking on the podcast and they told him and he was like, "I heard you were talking about me on that podcast." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, no, I was telling the Lilo story." And he's like, "Let me come on there and tell my side. Let me see if I can get him on the phone cuz he was like he wanted to get he don't half-ass anything. He was like, "Let me get a mic, give me a set of headphones. I'm gonna get on that Skype." So he was thinking about doing it on another episode. But if I tell him I'm gonna call him now,
Oh, he wanted to
yeah,
come in on another episode and be a guest.
yeah, but he doesn't. He has to set his shit up. And if he's available now, he'll come on and he'll have us pissing in our fucking pants.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it.
Rocco's crazy.
Yeah, he's I don't know, unless he's sleeping already. I just texted him. Let's see if he writes me back or he might just call me immediately and be like, "Hello? Yes. I have a story to tell." So, did you while we wait for Rocco, did you see the Glizzy promos I posted?
Oh yeah. Well, see, I didn't and just sidebar, uh TikTok is like almost like an addiction. You know, you got to be careful with TikTok because TikTok is like the new thing that could like it could easily eat like 4 to 6 hours out of your day before you even know it.
4 to 6 hours. Shit. I know what you mean though, because usually I get on the tox when I first wake up in the morning when I'm having my coffee and
Right.
taking a shit,
Right.
and then right before bed. Like I didn't even know. Do you have a TikTok or you just be like, what do you? How come you don't follow me, motherfucker?
Well, I don't even know how to use it. I just get on and watch videos. So you have to teach me. You got to teach
Huh?
me how to
Not
Dougie.
hard.
You got to teach me how to Dougie. You know. But if anybody in the primate land wants to show fats how to, because I'm like a, I don't know, I try to stay on the cusp of cutting technology, but I'm always like far behind. This is even back in the days of the circle. I was never the tech savvy one. I was always the one that was like in the background. If 9 times out of 10, if you were interacting with us online, you were interacting with Slim. Just like 9 times out of 10, if you're interacting with the Prime Podcast, who are they really talking to?
Yeah, but that's a fucking excuse. Get with the goddamn times,
It's
you
not
old bastard.
it's not an excuse. I'm just telling you. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
My generation also grew up without technology, and I figured it out.
What do you mean your generation is my generation? What are you talking
No,
about?
it's not, you old bastard. What are you are eligible for AARP and all kinds of shit, some
how
geriatric.
how much older do you think I am than you?
I
Like
don't think I know. You're 49 years old. Uh,
Oh my god.
he's not 49 years old, but he's older than me. Rocco was like, "All right, do it. Call me. All right, let's bring on my cousin." Uh, a lot of you may know him, people that follow me and shit I do and my social media. You might know my cousin already. For those of you that do not know him, his name is Rocco, and he is my cousin. And let's call him. Let's see. See if I could bring in some. I got the phone right into the mixer, so I probably bring in some clean audio.
You know what
All
I
right.
you know what I think about every time I think about your cousin, right?
What?
The
What up?
Yo, Rocco. Oh shit! I didn't even factor in the fact that Fats, you're not gonna be able to hear Rocco unless I put him on speaker. That's what I'll do. I'll put him on speaker.
You're gonna have to put me on speaker.
That's right.
Yo,
All right.
what's going on, Rocco?
Oh, he can't hear you now because he's on my phone. See, this is the conundrum we're gonna be in right here, Fats. I didn't quite think this all the way through. So
good. He speaks up, says whatever you want him to say, and I guess he
he said, "What up, Rocco?" All right. So basically, let's run it down. He can hear you, but you can't hear him, Fats. I mean, the other way around. Like Fats, Rocco can't hear you. But all right. So
what's good, Fats?
He said, "What's good?" And Fats says, "What's up?" Or something like that. He said it already. Yeah, so basically on a few episodes ago, we ran into this Lilo Brancato story, and then my cousin was like, why don't you let me come on there and tell my side of that story? And I'm like, all right, so let's do that. So Rocco, let's tell the people your feelings about the Lilo Brancato.
No problem. We'll talk about Lilo Weinstein. So Lilo Weinstein, the reason I call him Lilo Weinstein is because he's a low-life dirtbag that tells actresses and actually some girls that I know that they should suck his dick and he'll put him in a movie. He's a low-life scumbag. But we'll get down to the facts of this thing. Let's start to the top. So when my cousin and I went to Lilo's house and was forced to watch cum-licking videos, and he was a piece of shit, he tried to basically send us a contract, and then ever since then he became a big hater. Furthermore, every single time that I try to go out for an audition for a different project that someone said they'd hook up, somehow it gets linked to this Lilo guy, and somehow I can't go on to the auditions because of him, because he's a piece of shit.
Wow.
And he's a hater. And what's bad about him is that he runs around crying about my cousin and myself. He keeps talking shit about us, and then when you want to fight the guy, he runs away like a little bitch. So I would like to tell everybody, in case Lilo's listening to this, is that, yo, Lilo, since you're a fucking cunt, why don't you and I get in the ring, we'll do bare knuckle fighting, and give money to charity for kids. So if you're such a fucking tough guy, I'd like to break your face open, and let's do this. Because the problem is with Lilo is he confused my kindness for weakness, and that's what I would like to speak about that. Any other questions?
No, you said on the text before, you were like, why don't we just do it when you get the mic and the camera? But I have a feeling that this is not going to end here. So the next time we have you on, we'll definitely bring you in that way. But yeah, no.
The last thing I like to say is that everyone knows this guy's a fuck up. If you go on his page right now on Instagram, I mean, just look close. He's lying that he's preaching about God. He's a junkie. He's a piece of shit. I mean, and he goes around crying to people, and they say, you're a bitch. Man up and fight Rocco. Just do it already. Then he wants to go to the cops. The cops don't even like him because he hangs out with people who want to shoot the cops. Listen, the guy's a clown and a jerk off. That's basically what I got to say about it. And I like him to man up. I mean, he's got it. He goes on people's pages talking shit about Phil and myself. Who's a social media tough guy? Come on, Lilo, step up. Let me give you a slap. I'll slap you with my hand, slap you with my dick, and we'll call it a day. That's it.
Well, let me ask you a question. Is this like, did I just like, rip the fucking Band-Aid off a wound, or is he still like out there?
He's still running his mouth, cuz.
Yeah?
He's still running his mouth.
Oh,
I mean, I'm hearing a personal friend of mine, okay, came up to me, and he was talking shit about you and I again because they were bragging about Take It Back. Furthermore, he was also talking shit about that other guy, Willie DeMayo, who's supposed to be his friend, about that show Gravestone, right? So this guy just wants to run his mouth about everybody. He's an asshole. And honestly, if you have a female dog, you better watch out, because if he sticks around long enough, he'll try to fuck the dog too. He's a piece of shit. And I'm not even making up shit. I'm telling you honestly, he's a low-life scumbag. I want to square up. Let's do it. But the problem is he runs around like a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, as a man, if anybody said any of the shit you just said about him, you wouldn't have to look for me because I'd find you. So, yeah. I mean, I don't see this ending right here. So I guess this is a developing story.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, man. Dude, think about this, Phil. You and I, what did we do wrong to this guy?
We didn't do anything to him.
We offered him an opportunity. I didn't even want to go see this motherfucker because of the shit I got told about. But You know what? I believe that everybody deserves a second chance. We went to his house. He acted like a jerk off. He was a scumbag. He was talking stupid shit to us that time. I mean, come on. I don't even know the guy, and he's trying to talk to us like he knows us for 20 years. So I was like, whatever. Then you try to steal someone's shit? I mean, yo, come on, dude. We're giving you a second chance. You ain't doing us a favor. You actually give us a bad name even being around you. So, you know what I'm saying? Then later on, he's still popping shit about us. I mean, it's crazy. And that's why I got pissed over here and I had to speak my half because I think he confused my kindness for weakness. He just runs around the neighborhood crying to people thinking they're going to do something to me. And those people love me. So it's even better. He's a jerk off. He
Phil.
got by my friend cousin, you know,
Yeah.
because he tried to pull his dick out in front of his cousin. Dude, I could go on a list. We'll be on this phone for 2 hours.
Yeah. What Fats just said something. What's up, Fats?
What was it? Ask Rocco what it was about him trying to steal Take It Back. Like, what was he trying to do? What did he ask for from you guys?
Fats asked about how did he try to steal Take It Back, and you know the situation. Say it in your words, Rock.
So basically, this is me and Phil are partners in this business beside being cousins. And what Phil is good beside, you know, with all the rest of the stuff he does, he's very good at reading contracts. I mean, there's some things of like loopholes in certain words that Phil catches on to. So Phil looked over the contract and told me, I don't remember Phil, but it might be like page 39 out of 62. He goes, dude, you wouldn't believe what this guy's trying to do. So what's up? Sitting there saying that, he's going to take ownership of Take It Back, and we got to start paying him $5,000 a month beginning in November because we're supposed to start filming in that January. So hang on a second. So you're telling me even if the show don't come together, we got to give him $5,000? I said, yeah. I said, fuck this guy. So when we called him out on it, this dude trying to play games. You don't understand the industry. This is how it works. So hang on. And I said, Leo, hang on a second. You're telling me it works by you stealing from me? That's what you're saying? No, that's part of the game. You're a checkers player in a chess game. I said, okay, listen to me. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to come to your house. We're going to talk like this like men. Never heard from him again. But I hear a lot from him, from other people talking about me. And the funny thing is Phil, you have his number. I have his number. He has our number. Call me, motherfucker. Let's go. If you got a problem since that many years ago, I mean, what was it, 2016? You got a problem since then. Jesus Christ. Either you want to blow me, you want to stalk me. I mean, what are you doing? What's up? Let's get it over with. What do you want to do?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess we're gonna see. Me personally, like, the guy is like I don't need to fucking beat the guy up. I don't need anything from him. He's just fucking. I'm done. I just don't care. But like I said in the last podcast, me and my cousin are different in that way. You piss you off, and then it's not gonna be over for you until he probably breaks your fucking face. So, good luck, Lilo.
Listen, I agree with you, dude. Everybody, even Fats, you know me, man. You worked with me on Even the Score. Fantastic project. I'm the nicest guy to everybody. Shit, I'll take my shirt off for you during a snowstorm. The minute you start playing dirty games like Lilo Weinstein over there, I can't respect you, man. You're a dirtbag. You're a piece of shit, low-life scumbag, and you belong in a fucking sewer. You're horrible. So, to me, when you're going to start playing silly games, look, I'm all about business. I'm all about money, but I ain't going to be your welcome mat. You think I'm going to be a welcome mat? You're going to step up. That's it.
Right.
But the problem is this dude won't step up. He's a cop caller. He runs to other people. So I know this is going to go nowhere, but I just want to speak on my half. And I really could care less what this dude says or anything. He knows where I am. We live in the same city. We're over here in Yonkers. Let's go. But it's been going on for so long that I know he's a bitch. He should go back to the little sewer. I even heard he got kicked. Phil, this is even better. He got kicked out of that apartment over there. He lives back at his mother's house. I wonder why. He got caught. He got caught with his cum videos. That's what happened. That's what happened.
My God.
Well, enough's enough.
Yeah.
It's karma, man. And what's he doing now? Big bad Lilo. Yo, that dude fucked up a dream of mine. I watch Bronxdale only when young C comes on. When old C comes on, I change the channel. I can't.
I can't watch the movie anymore either. I said that, the last time that movie's ruined for me for life. It's over.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible, man. Honestly, look, in this business, so I don't want anybody being confused. In this business, you got to remember where you come from. You got to look out for your fans. That goes for music. That goes for movies. That goes for anything. You can't be like a guy like that. You picture this. You got young girls, boys, whatever. They look up to you as the hero, as, wow, this actor, I love your movies. Can I talk to you? You imagine going down to a person who's a fan of yours and telling him some grimy shit like that? Come on, man. You can't do that. You got to remember where you come from. Be whipping out your dick and shit. Dude, if someone did that shit to my sister, goodbye. Be over. I don't want to describe what I would do, but come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You just ruined the person's image. Imagine like just me and you, Phil, right? We can't even watch Bronx no more. Imagine how many more other people he did to girls. Dude, motherfuckers, Lilo Weinstein. And I hope people tell him that. He's Lilo Weinstein.
I mean, the thing about that is like Weinstein was in a position of power. Lilo is like he's trying to do something. He's trying to get back to where he was, but he fucked up majorly with that whole shit that happened with the cop, and a lot of people won't accept him on a mainstream level anymore, man. It must be tough for him. I mean, I'm different than you in a lot of ways, and I try to sympathize with why people are the way they are and what fucking happens inside their head, but you're right, man. The dude is a fucking piece of shit, and he just keeps doing piece of shit stuff to people. So
This fucking guy, I mean, honestly, I don't even know where he belongs. He belongs in a mental institute, honestly. He's got problems.
yeah, hold on. Fats was saying something. Fats, what did you say?
I said you guys know more about the business and how things work. And
Yeah.
do you think that he's still getting residuals and everything off that movie and off the Sopranos and all that stuff?
I don't know his exact deal. Fats asked, do I think that he still gets residuals from the movies that he did prior? If he had any management worth fucking their weight in the game, he should get something. But he may have signed a bad deal for all that stuff, and that also may be one of the reasons why, when he tried to take the deal with us, he was looking to get that kind of stuff on the back end. He might have got into a raw deal, and he might be just fucked right now. I don't know. But usually when, you're in those movies, those are SAG, union films. You usually have people looking out for you and, getting yourself in a position to do something. But there's also the factor that he was a child back then. In a Bronx Tale, he wasn't very old. He was probably 16 in a Bronx Tale. So, he was a minor. He may have had a deal. He may have been managed by his parents, or may have had somebody managing his shit that fucked him. Like, it could have been any number of things could have happened to him. So, it is possible to get fucked, bro. People get fucked all the time, especially back then. It's different than now.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about that movie was 25 years ago, no? Maybe longer. 20,
Yeah.
26, 27, 93, right?
Yep.
So, things are a lot different now. He could have got fucked real bad. Somebody could be getting paid his residuals. It might not be him. It could be somebody else. So, I don't know. It's sad. It's definitely a sad, to me, the saddest thing is that the dude, and I said this before, I'll say it again. The dude is talented, man. The dude had talent. He had a look back then when he had a hairline, and he had he had a certain thing about him. Even though he's not even 100% Italian, he played the role well. He could have had that role. Like when you look at a dude like Michael Imperioli, right? Like he could play that role.
Lilo's not 100% Italian?
No, Lilo's adopted. What is Lilo, Rocco?
He's Colombian.
He's like Colombian or some shit.
Wow.
So, and I don't like to sit up here and fucking dish dirt like a bitch, but it is what it is, man.
No, listen, you're stating facts. I mean, dude, remember when we went to his house? Chaz Palminteri don't even want to be around him. He said, yo, keep this guy away from me. He started hating Chaz. Now, look, again, I agree with you. He's good at acting, but honestly, he's got this thing in him to fuck people over. He's stuck as an actor, even in real life. He lies to people left and right. Like, he needs help. He really needs help. He's still a junkie. You know what I'm saying? He puts on this image all the time on social media. Oh, God bless me, this and that. But, dude, if God blessed you, then why are you out here asking little 19-year-olds or girls to suck your dick and you put them in a movie? Or let me come on your face, come on the floor, you lick it up. And then you're preaching God? Come on, my man. You're playing a game. You know what I'm saying? Then, who are you? You know what I'm saying, Phil? Who are you and I? We were just getting new in this business, and this is what this guy does to people? This is bad, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm all about second chances. Shit, I'm about third chances. But I ain't about a scumbag. I'm not. I will not give you an extra chance, especially if you keep running your mouth for years. Come on. Enough's enough, man. Enough's enough. That guy deserves to go work in McDonald's or go fucking mop a floor. He's a piece of shit. And idiots like that ruin it for us. Guys who really want to do this shit. Wake up every day, eat, breathe, dream. Even actresses. Anybody want to be in this industry. Guys like that ruin it for us. That's what's fucked up.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Like I said, I didn't know he's still actively talking shit. If that's the case, you go fuck himself forever.
Hey, coach,
And yeah, hold on, Fats got something to say. What's up?
make sure you get Rocco to transition and talk about even the score. We got to talk about that marvelous piece of work.
Well, he's Fat said if you got anything to say about even the score. Obviously, a lot of people know what even the score is. A film we've been working on for fucking years. It's about ready to come out. I don't know, Rocco, if you got anything to add about even the score and what people could expect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, on a positive note, it's an amazing movie. Unfortunately, we're all stuck in this coronavirus right now, or it would have been released. But it's a different project nowadays. You see, like different gangs and shit trying to take revenge, but how are you robbing stuff in a time where technology is against you? So what I mean is, I'm not, and the reason I'm hesitant is I'm not trying to explain so much of the story to give it away, but short example is basically we got characters that are hackers, you got mixed cultures, you got all kinds of stuff going in this story, and it adjusts into times of now of family betrayal. How do you make money to rise to the top? I mean, there's different ways. When you think someone's bad, they're really good. So it's a mix of stuff. And honestly, listen, it's our first feature film. I'm happy with every one of the cast members. They did an amazing job. We all broke our ass with this project. The difference with this and some of the projects nowadays is I believe in old school stuff. So when you see a fight scene, it's a real fight scene. When you see guys, diving around, rolling on the floor, that shit is not special effects. That's real deal. So there's a lot of blood, sweat, and passion put into this movie, and I really believe everyone's gonna love it. No matter what age you are, you're gonna love this project.
I agree, and I think it's gonna be dope. I think it's dope that we got Fats in the movie, and he had a dope role in there. I think, I think people are gonna like it. Like you said, I think it's something different. I think it's something refreshing compared to a lot of the stuff that I see being made and being put out now. It's all sort of like, you know what it is? It's this the machine, the cookie cutter fucking filmmaking machine that sort of became after all the streaming sites like Netflix and Amazon and Hulu. Once they started putting money behind independence, they also started looking for a certain type of film and a certain type of storyline. And you can't do that when you got a big when you're an independent, you can't just do what you want when you got a big company behind you like Netflix or Amazon. We didn't have anybody behind us. This is all grassroots shit that we did, and we were able to not cost us how we wanted to tell the story and how we wanted it to look because nobody could tell us shit. So I think that's one of the best things about the films that we're gonna make in the future and the films that we made in the past. It's all us. Like we decide what's happening. Nobody's putting a battery in our back and telling us, "Oh, you need to do this because of that." This is all This is our vision. This is how we see it, and this is how we want it to be done. So I think that that's what's going to separate it from a lot of the shit you see on these streaming platforms. It's original. It's not
Absolutely.
it's not something that that's just been done 100 times and they just churn out movies that are sort of nondescript, like the same bullshit over and over and over again. So
That's right. I agree with that.
all
How do
right,
you
well,
feel about it, Fats? Talk
Well,
about it a little bit.
he said,
yeah.
how do you feel?
Well, to be honest, that being my first my first experience dealing with like learning lines and shooting scenes and actually dealing with seasoned actors that knew what they were doing. It was definitely uh it was cool while I was shooting it, but then when I started to see other parts of the movie, when you were showing me other parts and I was seeing how it was shaping up, it's definitely it's definitely a movie that has more than what you would expect from the type of movie that it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Definitely.
It's definitely, the storyline is dope. The actual script was dope. Uh a lot of the effects, the locations of shooting, the techniques of shooting was definitely amazing. Every time I got mic'd up, I was like, "Yo, what are we doing here?" You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. But
Yeah, man.
it was definitely dope. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait. I can't wait for the world to be able to witness definitely the the talent that you guys both possess, and like from you guys like thinking this up and bringing this to fruition, it's amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And shout to Rob Woolman who wrote the script with Rocco. I don't want anybody to think it's just me and Rocco
Mhm.
that do all this shit. Rob and Rocco were the ones that sat and locked it in and really worked this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the producers, Rick Kern, obviously Nick Calhoun,
Mhm.
Anthony Basillo, Rich Haddad, Madison, Umez, all these people that were in the film too, man. I think it's going to be great for everybody when it comes out. And I don't know if I missed anybody on a shout out. Obviously, Nick, Nelson, everybody knows who they are. We got
Sound for
to
Steve.
sound for Steve, Steve's little helper, everybody,
If you
man.
want to follow us, check us out on Instagram, Facebook at Even the Score Film.
At
And
Even the Score Film on Instagrams.
that's right.
All right, Rock. It was good talking to you. I'm sure that this is going to turn into a situation, so we will have you back on, and you could speak the rest of your piece.
Can't wait. Good
All
luck,
right.
guys.
All
Enjoy.
right.
Good show.
Peace,
All right.
Rocco.
I'll talk to you later,
Talk
Rock.
to you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, so that's my cousin, man. Like I said, a lot of you people have seen him before on my Instagram and my Facebook and shit. He's an original character. I'm fucking dude. I don't know. I got to set up some AC or something down here. I'm down here sweating like a fucking pig with these lights on me. Holy shit,
And
dying.
the basement is supposed to be the coolest part of the house.
And it is, but the rest of the house has fucking AC. So
Right, right, right. But the thing about it is, man, even with this guy, as passionate as Rocco was speaking about it, you know, I have a certain level of empathy for the guy because I don't even think that he's in his right mind half the time because he has addiction issues. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean that the most difficult part about that is he claims to be in recovery. So that's why, like, when somebody's actively trying to do something and better themselves, I'm not one to drag them down and shit. And I said all this shit to Rocco when he talked to me on the phone and he told me about it. But then when you tell me that this guy's still running around talking shit, I lose that sympathy. And, I just blow it off and I'm like, fuck this guy, just like emphatically, fuck you forever.
mhm.
Just leave me alone. That's how I feel. It's like, I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to talk about you. I don't need to see you. We don't need to be friends.
You,
But some people handle that shit differently, and
but
Rocco is something.
like you remember when you were first coming up. Well, I remember. Let me just say my experience when Slim and I were first coming up. Right, they had all of these showcases, right, and these showcases they would make you sell tickets and so you could rock. You could rock two songs, but you have to sell at least 10 tickets for $10 a piece. You know what I
Of
mean?
course, I remember.
So
Yeah,
now you have a bunch of artists that are trying to get on that are not getting paid but are selling tickets. Basically, you're bringing $300 to the promoter. The promoter is now booking maybe 15 acts at $300 a piece. So he's making a decent amount of coin. You know what I'm saying? And it's basically like I believe that he felt like because he was in the industry and you guys were trying to get in, he was trying to like basically have y'all pay him showcase money. That's how I see it.
yeah, something like that. But also, like I touched on before, he may have gotten into a lot of bad deals, and he was trying to move forward
Yeah.
and better his life and get his hands on something. It wasn't happening with us. And listen, I respect your position. Like I said the first time, I respect where you're coming from. Business is business. What's the worst thing, I could say is no. I could say no. I'm not. I'm not with that. That's not the deal we're looking for, and that's what I said. And I kept it. I kept it 100 with him. I kept it respectful. But what happens afterwards is where you turn into a fucking dick and you lose me. Like if this is business, it's business.
Mhm.
You presented a deal we did not accept. Then you run around later and you're popping all this shit and like, was it business or is this street shit? Like, do you want to get fucked up or you want to like make a deal? Like
Right.
some people, like I said about my cousin, it's like Me, it was business that went bad, and you want to talk shit, it's whatever. Go fuck yourself. Like, you're not gonna say any of this shit to me. You probably ain't gonna see me, or you might, because I go to Yonkers to see my cousin. I'm over there. But some people in life don't just let shit slide, man. And you gotta, it's a really sad thing that this dude is in his fucking mid-40s and didn't learn that lesson yet. You know what I mean? And then and if my cousin's gonna have to fucking break his whole entire face open at 45 years old, like, you're still running around talking shit like you're in high school?
Right. But I
Like,
mean,
when
but
do you learn?
that is the immature part of it. It's like basically you shoot your shot, is either yay or nay. In this case, it was nay. So then you just part ways. You go about your business. He goes about his business, and that should be the end of it. It should never be
Right.
a carryover of, oh, they're this, they're that, and talking crazy and everything else. And one thing I will say, I will co-sign. I don't have to co-sign you. Everybody knows our relationship. But what I do know about Rocco is a very, very easygoing guy. Rocco is not like an outwardly aggressive dude that's like, with the macho bravado and everything else like that. Which is why a person like that, most people that are easygoing in that way are the people that will go the furthest to try to hurt you when you try to step all over them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, 100%. And that's why I don't understand. I don't understand what do you have, like, after the deal is bad, what do you have to gain from running around? Like, why did you see it? I'm talking to Lilo right now. Why did you see this opportunity, like, to talk shit about us, two dudes that, when you look at what you've done, your resume, and when you look at what we've been trying to do, we haven't, I'll never be so delusional to look at what he did and act like I'm on his level. Like, I understand that there was a huge fall from grace for the dude,
Right.
but he did some really big shit in the industry that we also were trying to do shit in.
Right.
Like, so why would you stoop down that low and try to, like, bring us up to whatever level that people perceive you to be on and talk shit about us?
Right.
If that makes any sense at all. Like, you should have just blew it off and that was that. We weren't running around talking whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. We're at an hour and 3 minutes. I don't like to talk all this shit, but my cousin, he wanted to get this shit off his chest.
He got you worked up in the lather right now too.
I'm not worked up. I'm not mad at all. It's just, to me, it's like, as a man,
Right.
like, if I can't fuck you up, like I don't get mad at shit the same way I used to get mad at shit when I was a kid. Because what's gonna happen?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I met Lilo before. Lilo is a fraction of my size.
Right.
If I fuck Lilo up, or we get in a fight and he wins or I win, we both lost.
Right.
What, you know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck we look? I'm in my late 30s. This he's got to be 45. We're pushing 50. What the fuck do we have to gain?
Right.
What do we have to gain? We have nothing to gain.
Right.
So just shut the fuck up, Lilo. Go eat your fucking hard-boiled eggs out your fridge and fucking watch your cum on the floor videos. And that's it.
But on the better note is, once everything opens up and everything, and you guys get this movie out, you guys will be on a whole new situation. I believe that the people will gravitate to even the score. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a great piece of work. It's frustrating that it's been, that this Corona shit happened at the worst time. We just finished with the edit, and man, I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for rocking with us, and you will see that movie when it's time to come out. And we love you and all that great stuff.
All right.
So,
All right.
peace.
Peace.